Hey,
Hey,
we're in the building.
we are.
We're in the building. A nice
We
little
are.
countdown there. Get
Yeah,
us
we are.
something a little more funky to get back
Yeah.
in there. Welcome everybody. Hayward CPA Live in the building. It is now December. How about that? Wow.
December 3rd. December
Yeah.
3rd.
December 3rd, 2022. We are here. We are back. We're doing our thing. I'm just, glad to be here. You know, James Hayward in the building with the world famous Cortastic here to have a nice discussion about business, life and business, whatever you want to talk about. You know,
Just
we
things.
here. We've been here all year. We pretty much have been since like 26 weeks, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
We got one more episode.
Yeah. Then we
Yeah, we
start
got
all
one
over
more
again.
episode. Yeah, then we back in the mix for next year, but we got one more episode for you and yours to get in and see what's going down. So that's it. So what's up with you though? So,
I'm feeling better today. I've
never
been
mind me.
down.
What's
I've
going
been
on?
down. I've been down this week, with a little cold. No COVID though. Just nasal, right?
Okay.
So excuse me with my
All right.
hat. Trying to keep the dome, warm. But I'm feeling better. Just got my hearing
Don't
back. I
be
was like half deaf from the middle to the left, like half deaf. Hearing
literally just
myself
got it back.
talking, like literally just got it back. Like in our production meeting this morning, just
Like,
said,
wow.
"Boop,"
Yeah.
came back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So that's a big difference because um, the equilibrium, man. You're off. I don't know if anybody's ever had a moment where the air just like usually when you're swimming or you in a plane and you're coming down, your ears clog up. That's only a moment, but imagine dealing with that for like 5 days.
Yeah, it's a little hectic, my friend.
And then one of
Very
those
hectic.
one of those nights, the pain, it was like somebody had on a Timberland boot with an ice pick attached to it and sticking in my ear,
Oh.
and then the boot was on the
Oh.
rest. And when I tell you, I had to walk around the house for like 3-4 hours in pain. I took some stuff, wasn't going, it wasn't, and it was in the middle of the night. I said, "Nah,
Hey.
this is not what it is right here."
That ain't what it is. Nah,
So,
yo.
but I toughed it
So
out though. I toughed it
I
out.
mean, well, nah, I get it because I had my own little situation. Yo, I had a serious man down situation, man.
Yeah,
Woo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It ain't nothing like in the middle of the night. That's when you start, you
You
start.
see, you start asking questions like, "Well, what are we doing over
Yeah,
here?
you like, yo,
Why
hey,
me?
hold up, what's
What
going
did I
on
do?"
here?
You know what I mean? And for real.
Yeah, you like, yo,
Did I not
like,
complete a
nah, you
deliverable or
just
something?
get
What
it.
are we
You know
doing
what's
over
going on.
here?
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, I mean, that's that, man. Yeah, you
Yeah, but I'm
yeah,
back.
so
I'm
the
like
situation.
I'm like 70% though back, 75% back, man.
Oh, well, you back, you enough to get in the game. That's all that matters.
No
You
doubt,
know what I'm saying? As long as you
no
can get in the
doubt.
game.
I'm always. I
Yo,
stayed in the
Marcus,
game
what you
all
mean?
week
What's up
though.
with the Duke sweatshirt? Yeah, yo. Look at this. Our man Marcus is on here.
You know what?
What's
I'm
up with the
glad
Duke
Marcus is
sweatshirt?
there because I was gonna
That's my
say to
boy.
you, yo, you got the Duke blue going on. I was gonna go grab my UNC blue hat my son gave to me. You know what I mean? We rock that. But I'll do that another
What you
time.
doing? Your money going to Carolina. My money went to Duke. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing it. So like that. And on top of that, because it's a minor thing for people, is that our coach won ACC Coach of the Year, and I mean they had like 3 wins last year, got 8 wins this year, so
But
celebrate a
look,
little
but
bit.
look, he hit you with the come on, man.
I know.
Like
So
you
what else?
should
Wait a
like
minute. you a lot of guys
He
you
hit
hard.
you with the come on, man, Marcus,
Oh, man, he
my
gave me
guy.
look, I'm just saying. It's all love. We all one. We stripped the sweat. Look, we stripped the sweat search away. We all the same. You know what I'm talking about?
True indeed. True
But nah, I'm
indeed.
glad to have the illustrious Mr. Fryer up here in the building.
Oh, he'll be back
With us.
on 2023, folks. See, if you missed him for
Yeah.
2022, he'll be back on 2023.
Yeah, well,
Full in effect. Yeah,
should have had him in today. I'm
that's
call in.
true.
I mean, this is the time of year for people to be, you know.
I mean, he's on. Tell him to call in. Call in, Marcus.
Or
Call in.
you might. I
Yeah,
don't know.
just yeah. Well, he ready. He's bright. He's ready. He's ready for everything right now. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I know you ready.
Come on. I love that line. Come on.
Yeah, yo, you got me killing me in the chat. You killing me over here. Yo, he's killing me. Yo, so no, but we here. So I know you had questions, man. We'll see if
Yeah, I got some
we
calls,
can
but I
do.
got a tip for the day too. Right? You ready?
What's that?
All
Yeah.
right. So in my journey of unwellness this week and not being able to sleep, last weekend my Keurig machine decides it wants to go down. And I'm not being sponsored here by anybody, so just want to make that disclaimer. Okay.
Including Duke. We ain't sponsored by it.
Right. So I'm like messing around with it. It's not working. It won't percolate any kind of coffee or hot water, nothing. So I almost tossed this thing to go get another one. Then I said, hold up, let me do my YouTube search. And I'm a pretty handy guy too, right? So it comes to find out when you put the cup in and you pull down the lever, there's a needle that punctures the top and the bottom, right? In the needle, though, it's not at the needle up at the top. There's three spaces, and that gets clogged with the coffee grounds. And then it goes up into the chute, back up to where the water comes out. But somehow it shoots down and it comes back. So you got to take a paper clip, remove all that stuff, and clean it out. And it's back to life. So for all those that trash their Keurig machines, go to the check the needle, clean it out, flush it out.
That's it. Yo, the little needle that goes in the cake.
That's it. Run some hot water and some vinegar through it, because the vinegar will loosen it up. And boom. I know a lot of people that's throwing their Keurig machines away. I threw away a Keurig machine years ago just for that same thing.
So look at you. 10 minutes in this show, we've already found you a cost savings mechanism.
Yo, because Keurigs is money now.
No, they are. I mean, they are. I'm being serious.
I mean, they always been money, but I saw one the other day just Googling.
Yeah.
Amazoning. $699.
What?
Not $699 for a Keurig machine. I said these people are out of control.
Completely. But that's wow. Yeah. All right. That took all my air out. So,
And a semi-decent one was like $180. Now they had the $40 ones, no name, though, but you get what you pay for at that point, right? It might work for like
you told us how to fix it.
Yeah,
so
for real.
Fixing it more often. That's all.
Nah, I'm not fixing nothing else, man. I gave directions to everybody else on how to properly do weekly maintenance. Just run water through it. Boom.
Yeah.
So we good to go. So, you know what I mean?
It's all good, man.
Hello, Dolores.
Yeah. We got hellos.
All right.
Marcus talking about you ain't swag. Okay, we not swag. Okay, I got you. I said we all one. I was like, yeah, you right. I got you. But anyway.
Marcus, he on one today, huh? Okay.
Now, I'm glad to have. I love the banter. It's beautiful.
This is this is like touch football, flag football conversations we having here.
Yeah, so this is why I say I love it, because Inflation and labor costs are crucial right now. You know
Right.
what? Let's go ahead and take the conversation from there because we can talk about that. Let's talk. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Let's
Let's
talk
talk
about
about it. Let's
it.
talk
There you go.
about it.
That to me, that's like a question right now. So, small business owner, you're sitting here thinking about inflation. Well, you just talked about that Keurig, $6.99. There are things out here that that cost ridiculous amounts of money. I'll
Yep.
give you an example. This, I got two examples. One, which I think I shared with you already, when I was in New York, and a head of iceberg lettuce. Now we all agree that iceberg lettuce is the least expensive lettuce. Damn it,
Yeah. Yeah.
least expensive.
Yeah.
Iceberg. And they always say lettuce is mostly water. I went back. I have a picture of this, folks. I went to the store 2 times to make sure I was not deceiving myself. And the head of iceberg lettuce at the Food Emporium in Lindenwood, New York, was $6.99.
Wow. There we go with the 699 number again.
Yeah, $6.99 a head of lettuce.
That's unbelievable.
$6.99. So now come back. The food, not food, the medicine, because everybody got sick, post wedding, just like everybody just got sick. I've been going to the store looking at the medicine that I purchased. $8.19. And I thought it was an anomaly. I go to another store. $8.19. It's usually $6.99. I'm like, what the world is going on? It's ridiculous right now. Things are going down on maximum capacity. Um, I It's out of control. Now, my man, he just said, yo, the Chick-fil-A starting pay at $25 per hour. Man, how can you do that? You got your own business. Look, we got another little guest up in here. Yo,
Hey.
you got your own business. You know
So
what I'm
crispy.
saying?
Uh-huh.
What's up, Nabba Martin?
Got Crystal in
So,
the
yo,
building.
yeah. So look, we got labor is bananas. This stuff is all going bananas, and of course, it's going further bananas after everybody said everything was stabilized.
True.
So it's out of control. But let's talk about it for our folks. You got a small business, man. Well, first of all, Chick-fil-A $25 an hour, and you got a restaurant or something. There's a good chance you can't pay $25 an hour. But I will
True.
tell you this: that part of this is the robots are on the way. In
Without a
fast food,
doubt.
I talked to somebody, and I've been reading, because of the endeavors in the SC House of Wings. Yeah, the robots in play, man. Like the people gonna be wait, and what was it? It's either that or they're getting into manual. What I read an article is that they're going to start removing the cashier positions, so everything's gonna be everything's gonna start being like, you put in your own stuff like a kiosk. So like if you go to Sheets or go one of them supermarkets, you put the stuff in. So only people that's gonna be working is in the kitchen. Then eventually when they get the robot game back there, so you have like one person rocking the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
place I
it's
saw. There's a
going
place I
down.
read online. I forget where it is. I think it's in one of the third world, another country, and they don't take cash at all. It's all strictly card, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to put your. So there were still people there taking whatever payment options you had, but you got to push your goods, and it wasn't a grocery store, it was just a store, probably something like a Walmart. You had to push it through. You go to the store and you put it on the rollers. Okay, there's a gate.
Yeah.
You put everything on this platform. It goes through the gate, and you have to choose how you're going to pay. You go up to the person, they take your payment, they bag up your stuff, and you leave out. And they don't touch any cash. All they're doing is just they're scanning. And so that led into a
Yeah.
conversation about robots. Pretty interesting. But I mean, if we look at it,
Yeah.
like if we look at it, um, China is already starting to implement a lot of those measures there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's natural, it's going down. I mean,
You know what
I mean, there's the give and the take because people are saying, oh, well, these companies they paying more for costs. But what people always have to think about is like, okay, if I can pay one person more and decrease the workforce, my overall payroll is not really going to change. So that's the thought pattern. I mean, and then I personally, and Marcus knows better than I mean, I feel like it's a setup for some people to really kick off in the stock market the way they're putting the
Of
wins right
course.
now,
Of course.
because they starting to talk all that. People always fail to realize that when companies shred payroll, it's not bad for the companies. It's bad
Right.
for the employees.
Right.
The companies shed payroll. You're like, whoa, they just
Right.
adjust their profit margin. And
Right.
like I've said many times before, people tend to work harder when there's layoffs. People tend to work harder to keep their job without getting they. So you could lay somebody off, boost up somebody by a little bit. They gonna work harder to take over the other person, but who you benefit as a business. I mean,
So you're
that's
talking
kind of how it
strategy.
goes.
So
But
you're talking
that's
strategy
that.
right there. But that's strategy, right?
Oh, oh yeah, I guess that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you
you
just said
just
was
yeah,
strategy, right?
yeah. That is
If we if
strategy.
we come
Yeah,
down, we bring it
yeah.
down. That's strategy. That's strategy, right? So
That's true.
that's where
I
we
mean,
come in to try to help in terms of understanding, being a small business owner. It's all about strategy. How do you survive in this climate, right? Inflation and costs skyrocketing as market shared, right? So you're always in a constant position and transition of strategies. Every day is a strategic approach to the business and fulfilling your commitments for products and services, and then taking care of staff if you have them, right? And
mm-hmm.
family. So I got some questions here.
Oh,
hmm Yeah,
questions.
I
Let
got
me hear
some
some.
some strategy. So, and you can answer them, but they're just general questions that seem to come. I made a list of questions that came up in a lot of conversations. So, biz therapy conversations, conversations that you and I have, and we have with our team and other resources, and just general conversations, right? And questions. So, first thing is, you ready for this first one?
I'm ready.
And these are questions to ask yourself and whoever you're working with before implementing a strategy. Okay, cool.
Got you.
Are you fully committed to implementing your strategy?
I mean,
It's not a question for you. It's just a question. We can talk through it.
I
Commit,
mean that's a rough one.
commitment is a because, well, I mean, if we say committing, are you committed to implementing a strategy? That What does that even mean? The word commitment unfolds in a whole lot of different ways, as you and I, as we experience
Well, I'm
along this
gonna
journey.
so look, I mean, I'm gonna say it like this. Like first, you committed um to build, and Marcus made another comment. Here he put this on here. He said, how do you do it? The first thing is, what are you committing to? So the strategy, what is it? What does it take to thing? And that's what he's saying. And he's giving an example: manage your account and know your numbers, managing your budget. So that is a commitment.
Oh, we gotta get Marcus back on because I got some stuff for Marcus.
Big fit out there. We've heard it. And well, you chin check people with it
Oh,
to say,
there you
yeah,
go.
okay, are you committed to the strategy? Oh yeah, I'm committed. You out. Did I lose you?
No, I'm
Just
here.
say,
I'm
I'm
here.
committed to the strategy. Yeah, I'm committed. But they really don't know what they need to do, huh? Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yo, I
Yeah,
ain't know
I'm
what
here.
happened. Yeah, your camera went. But what I'm saying is, people will say I'm committed to the strategy. It's like signing something without reading it. They committed to
Mm-hmm.
the strategy, but they don't even have an idea of what the strategic work, what it is. So, you know, that's an example. The managerial accounting, knowing your numbers, managing your budget, but you also gotta understand your operation.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be real. And first of all, you gotta get over yourself. I mean, and I don't say that in a bad way. You gotta get over yourself. Cause you have to be able to say, oops, I made a mistake with that hire. Oops, I made a mistake here. You gotta be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, that's pretty good, man. You know, Naba Martin said that's a good question.
Are we ready for the next question? Because me and Marcus
No.
can have, the he mentioned two of the four habits of being ready and committed to strategy, right? But let me keep going. You ready for this next one?
All right.
You still with me?
I'm still with you.
Okay, I'm just because you kind of pausing on my end over here, but are you ready?
Yeah, I know. I think the NSA checking you out over there or something. I don't know.
Oh shoot, it's all good. Like, 'cause I'm being smart today. It's okay because
Yeah, you
I'm out here
flickering and
fixing.
there's
I'm
a lot going
fixing
on.
fixing Keurig machines and whatnot. You know what I mean? All right, let me see
Yeah,
if I can stop the
you
flickering. I
got
think
cheat codes and they ain't feeling it.
I don't know, man. It might just be, I don't know. It's cloudy outside, but whatever. All right, here. Are you ready to
Yeah,
commit?
it's right. It's right. It's
Are
cool.
you
We
ready to
we got
commit money, resources, and time to support the plan?
mm, I'm gonna let you talk about all that because that that opened up a petty P moment for me. So I'm just gonna
Let's
be
talk
quiet
about it. Let's talk
because
about it. Let's talk because that commit word again, it puts you in your feelings, right?
well, some people. Well, I mean, the commitment is to sum that up. Let's say, are you able to commit to intangible things? Because people tend to spend money on things they touch, they see,
Correct.
you know,
Correct.
the
Correct.
visual. But
Correct.
spending money on something that leads to something else is not a natural, just not a natural purchase. Like it's not. I mean, even marketing for an extent, like you can't see it when you buy it. You can see what happens. You can't see the result. When you buy a good, you buy the good, you take it home, you get your dopamine shot, and is that. But yeah, are you willing to commit? I,
Yeah, because
mm,
it's about the winning and the learning at that point. Because you might commit some money and resources, and getting the you're not getting the what you call the success. So you're not meeting your numbers. So does that mean that you just give up and walk away, or do you continue to keep pushing forward because you don't know when the outcome is going to hit? Right? It could take 10 days. It could take longer. It can take one day. All depends on what the objective is. But anyway, I yield
yeah,
from there.
you yield, you yield on that one.
I
But no,
yield.
that's a great question. But I will add that with a conversation I had this week with somebody. Um, Sometimes even if it's in personal finance or in business, there are a lot of really smart people, highly educated people, highly experienced people that these situations when it comes to business strategy or even investing strategy or whatever, they it's difficult for them to do their profession and take time to analyze this stuff. And so they need guidance because it's difficult for them to disseminate. Now, we live in the world 24/7. So it's second nature. So and I think that's where the layout of the questions, I know how people would answer it. They would tell you, yeah, I'm committed. I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever you say, I'll do that. And then not know. It's like buying a timeshare and you buy it. You don't even know what the heck you're like, did I just make a good decision? It felt like it at the time, but I don't even know exactly what I got going on.
Buyer's remorse right there.
That's what happens. Yeah. You messed, and so I guess my thing is, I know we couple episodes we were talking about like the vulnerability factor. Don't be afraid to not know something.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people are experts, and is experts or they're professionals because they spend time doing it. Doesn't mean they have every answer and they're going to be right all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
if you do A 24/7 and I do B 24/7, how could I possibly know as much about A, and how could you know as much about B?
Right.
And that's what happens. People get talented, they get smart, and they feel like they got to know everything from everybody. And you don't have to. There's a lot of information out here. Let somebody else know it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be oblivious to what the deal is, because, as Sim says, an educated consumer is our best customer. But don't try to know everything. Yeah, you like that, right? So no, don't try to know everything. So these questions you are asking are very good because they touch people, because they're gonna gas it up. They're gonna, yeah, oh, yeah, I want to make changes. This just isn't right. I'll just do that. But hey, I'm gonna add to your question. If you, as the business owner, are the biggest problem, are you willing to change?
Come on, you still in one of my questions.
That's the question.
So here's my question.
That's real.
Yeah, that's the real question. So here, I'm gonna ask it in another way, right? If you, how do you improve your leadership to make sure that you're instilling confidence and driving performance within the organization, right? And so leadership, what do you mean leadership? Well, we're all leaders. Everyone's a leader. If you pick up the phone and say, hey, let's go to dinner, let's go to this restaurant, let's go do this, you're in a leadership position because you are engaging.
Yeah. So
Simple as
you
that.
setting the plate. You setting the table because you. Yeah, well, leadership, I think that's that's another challenge, especially in small businesses.
Well, that goes to
Being a leader in a small
that's
business.
that just sits on your question when you say if you're the problem, how do you, right? Are you willing to? So we're going to use that word leader
Yeah, what?
because I think we got a
Yeah,
delay
well,
going
that's
on
the
here,
first
brother.
step is in leadership is if you're the problem, admit you're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, they got you. Yo, the NSA is checking you out, man.
Nah, they ain't
Yo,
checking
I'm
me
telling
out for
you,
no reason.
we up here. It look like you. Yo, man, it look like you broadcasting from Mars or something. I don't know what's going on. Yo, but well, you hear me now. I guess you hear me. It's just delayed.
Yeah.
Well, one of us is delayed. I don't know what's going on, but at least we can hear each other in the same street. That's a plus.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
There's no way you thought we were just gonna have no technical issues.
Oh man, because no, we got away with it earlier today, boy.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that yo, look, yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but
Whatever. So we good.
what I do know is if you need to make the changes, you need to make the changes. And the first part of leadership is admitting when you've done something wrong. And hey, like anything, you miss something's wrong and you kind of handle it and own up to it. but then you build a culture around people saying the accountability culture because they're like, yo, if the leader is not afraid to admit mistakes, you can create an environment where that happens. But I'm just speaking to it. I'm speaking to it in terms of when you go seek outside help. When you go see outside help, you gotta be vulnerable. Like you can't go. Basically, you can't go to the doctor because you sick, and then everything they ask you, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm all right. You either sick or you not. If you ain't making no money or you working to the gills and you're not seeing the cash you need to live, you need to admit that. And don't blame everybody else and someone stealing and all that. Yo, just be like, this is not working the way it needs to be working. And I don't know why. Okay, cool. Now we can start with that. But you come in with, oh, I should be this and I should be that. Listen, in small business, you shouldn't be nothing. There's no look, this is no net, people. No net. It
Mm-hmm.
is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So your balance sheet is who you are. That's who you are. You can say whatever you want. Your balance sheet is who you are. If you got negative equity, that means your business is not worth anything. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you guys sleep with that at night. Don't play yourself. Like that's what it is. Doesn't mean that's your permanent state, but whatever. Now, when these aspects of inflation, labor costs come in, you have to make moves on that. You have to make moves. You can't sit around and just be like, oh well, I don't know. You got to make moves. All right, see, you getting me hyped now, man.
Now, hey man, I'm just asking the questions. And
Yeah,
these are
see, nah,
questions for anyone that's just joining us. These are questions that get asked before implementing a strategy in the business, right? So you ready for the next one?
yeah, I am. I don't know if they are, but I am.
All right. So have you or are you prepared to create a communication plan to share your strategy throughout your company and organization?
Mm. Well, see, I know if you asking these questions to a lot of business owners, the answer gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" That's the real answer. Like what is this guy talking about? What do you mean a communication plan? But let me add to yours.
Let's go.
What if the communication plan is just you? Are you able to be? Are you ready to be honest with yourself?
Great question. There is a communication plan if it's just you, because everything starts and ends with you.
Yep.
Everything starts and ends with you, but it's never just you. Think about that. You might be going to open the doors every day. You might be the one answering the phones. You might be the one sending the emails. But at the end of the day, you're talking to someone, right? But okay, let me go back to answer your question. Yes, there is a tool that I have in place that I share with other business owners that
Yep.
will allow you to get it out of your head into some place so you could checkmate yourself along the way.
And what is that tool?
Hmm.
Might we know, or is it,
Hmm.
you got like
Nah, that's
sign
the
up for your
secret sauce, man.
newsletters on
You
email?
gotta come. Yeah, you gotta step in the biz
You got to
therapy
sign
world.
up. What,
You gotta step in the biz therapy world.
BizTherapy.info.
Yeah.
I'll put it in
Dot
the chat.
info. Yeah.
You want to know that tool?
Yeah. BizTherapy.info. That tool is an
Yeah,
impactful tool right there, right? Um, and I
yeah.
get a lot of
It's
I
in the
get
chat.
yeah. I've seen some people really had to pull themselves up after we go through that whole process, and they're like, oh man, I never even thought about this ever in my life. But anyway, I
Yeah.
digress from that particular point. Yeah, so that's the question. Have you or are you prepared to create a communication plan to share your strategy through the company? And what is that? How do you do that? So that's that question. All right.
Man,
You
you
ready for the next one?
open up a lot of changes.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm
man.
ready for the next one. What's next?
2023 is here. This is not. We have things and we have places to go, and we have a lot of people to help. That want help. Let's put it like that. We have people that need some help, that want some help. We're here to help them, and we have our
No doubt.
resources and people and partners in place to provide that ecosystem of help.
For shizzle. Next
Boom.
question.
Next question. Hey, how do you plan to engage your co-partners or staff?
Mm. But I got that's an offshoot of the communication plan, right? How do
Yeah.
you plan to implement
How do you plan?
implementing the strategy though?
Correct.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me, this is what I'm saying. You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to work in this business doing whatever I do, making widgets, whatever it is I do. Worry about paying the bills. Worry about my personal life. And then you still want me to sit around and answer these Rubik Cube questions
Yep.
for this?
You know why?
Yeah, why? Why I gotta
And
do this?
because I'm gonna hit you with something that you would say and that Marcus would say
Oh,
and all of the brother Gene would say.
uh-huh.
When you start a business, what's your exit plan?
Mm.
That's a question that doesn't is not considered within our community of business owners. Exit plan. Why would I
But
be
that's
thinking?
because most businesses, well, that's
So
because
see, I
most
know where you're
businesses fail
going
the
with.
first three
I
years.
know where you're going with that, but bear with me. I'm just saying. To answer your question, yes, you will, even though you wear all those hats, but why would you want to have a plan in that case? Because at some point you need to start removing those hats, right?
Mm.
All the way down to having it, even if you don't, you're going to exit the business one way or another. But if you want your business to have a vision and a mission and to outlast you, these are the things that we have to have hard conversations about and to because we talk about this stuff all the time behind the scenes. You and I have these hard conversations, these hard questions when we're dealing with certain situations. And what do? We try to find the best approach to move things along and to help out whoever it is the client is that we're trying to assist, right? Um, but these are conversations, these are questions. The reason I put these questions together, or brought them forth, I should say, is because these are important questions to ask, and then
They are.
and then be able to take action on. And how do we take action if we're just assuming these questions are just baseline questions? People have these conversations all the time. Oh yeah, I hear a lot of, oh man, I can't. This person within the organization just don't know what they're doing. I think I need to get rid of them, right? Or I need to find somebody else to put them in place and put them in a different position. And then my question is, well, um, how are you improving their individual performance and their continuous learning? What
Mm-hmm.
is there such a thing?
So, well, yeah. Well, here's something that came up to me in saying that. What do you say? And this is a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to someone that they had a business? We'll say they got a LLC and an EIN, and they're like, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to make some money and whatever. I ain't trying to grow. I don't need to be too big. I'm just, I'm good. I ain't trying to do all that. What you talking about right there?
Got you. So find a safe place. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Find a safe road or parking lot. It's holiday time right now, right? So maybe malls and shopping centers are filling up in the parking lot with people going out buying. I think they said that online sales from this past week was like 78% up or something like that above in-person shopping, right? But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
find a safe place, safety first, people. Get a rock and kick it down the road using your small toe, and maybe you'll get some donations.
Yo, what I'm saying. Yo, hold up. You are the benevolent one. What do you mean? So why you want to tell them to kick a rock, man?
Because
If
you
they
can't
got their
start a business.
contract, they
Well, you can't. Well, look, here's the thing: you can't start a business and then you say, "I don't want to do this." Right? I get the resistance, the L resistance, and then you know
mm-hmm.
me. I have long patience, and so I
You
always
do.
find ways. I always find. Listen, I'm a solution guy all the way. Like there's not too many things that's a problem that I'm not gonna figure out. Right? You know that. But there comes a point. There comes to a point where you gotta make a decision, and the decision is I'm gonna move out of my own way, and I'm gonna implement and put some tools in place that's gonna allow me to move an inch. So inch by inch is a cinch, right? And so we keep it super simple. The idea that you want to start a business, great. I commend you for that. You want to change some generational things. I commend you for that. There's a problem in the world you want to solve. I commend you with that. There's a skill, or if you're an artist in some kind of way, and that you want to share with the world. I commend you for that. But the business world is not. It's not a friendly place. If you always sticking your feet in the 3 foot, and right, because then you might
Little
sit
toe in there,
down.
come out.
Huh? Huh?
They dip their little toe in there. They dip their
Did
toe
it-
in. Then when the
Yeah, right. This is not that. Or they sitting in there and the water kind of go over their head and they're kicking and screaming. All you got to do is put your feet down and stand up, right? Because you're not drowning. But you can't, you got to come to this thing. You got to take your time easing into it. But you got to stay consistent and persistent, and stay focused on,
no
on
doubt.
what you're trying to do. And that's why strategy every single day is important. Um, because it's not, and I'm not talking from a
Yeah.
place of of high up authority. No, this is experience. This is what I'm doing now. This is what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I
Marcus,
know
great
it.
question. Great. Well, this is the reason that we're asking these questions, because 90% of the people that we run across
Yeah.
don't do any planning, right? That's correct, Marcus. And so I'm bringing this to the forefront because we have plenty of data now
Yeah.
that supports what we
Yeah.
trying to do.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
I mean, it's not natural.
Right. It's not.
That's what it's not. It's not natural. Is the unseen. It's the for most people in their working life, strategic planning is not part of their job description. So especially if you come out and now you used to working somewhere or being part of a team, and you don't nothing prepares you for to be at the top per se, especially on the top and paying the people that's working for you. It's different to be at the top, corporate top. They paying the people, but you run them. But it's a whole different psychosis. So strategic planning. I mean, hey, even for me, I've been figuring out what does strategic planning mean for me, and I'm taking that path from me being by myself to 2 to 3, or to 3, then 5 and 7, and so on and so forth. What does it mean? It means something different every year, but it's an exercise that I'm jumping in to learn. And I think I say this to say, because people, it could come off that we talk about these things like we're just senseis, and
Nah, not even
we
close.
know this. You ought to know it too. But
Not even
doing
close.
it, like learning it and saying, yo, check this out.
Yeah, for
Check out
real.
what we figured out last week.
For real.
Like, that's what's going on here. I want you to understand it. This is not like we're like, yo, we're figuring this out Thanksgiving Day. And I call him the next day, like, yo, blah, 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 blah. This is how we gonna, work on forecast. These are our targets. Like, this is not, and I just felt it was important to say this. Like, I mean, we say we in the lab every day with
Every
this.
day.
So this is,
Every
we're not
day.
giving college lectures here, like yes, and
Theory.
reading the book.
This
We're
is
like, yo,
theory,
we're
right?
taking it, yeah, we taking the information, reading and studying, but this is an actual thing. And I think it's the excitement of saying that, hey, look, we got people that are out here making money, more opportunity than historically we've had. But the approach is 20th century like. I mean, there's so many resources now to do these things that were very difficult to be done. Um, you know, and this stuff is real. Look, Marcus, I know he on fire today,
Come
man.
on, Marcus,
This
bring
is
it. I told you he hit you
Marcus
said
told us.
hit us with the come on, man, this morning. I just built a little KPI score. Hold on,
Yeah, I
hold
think
on,
I got
hold
him
on.
hyped.
Easy,
For
easy,
six.
easy, easy, Marcus.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy,
So
easy,
yeah,
easy. That was for
he got
free.
hyped. So
But
look,
but look, but Marcus, we still have to guide them on how to even peel it. Because okay, so now I'm gonna jump down to a couple of questions down below to Marcus's point. So I had a question here: have you aligned your KPIs with your strategy? Boom, blew. Look, did you see that rocket just take off? What does that even mean, right? And so, in my general conversation, I fling KPIs off a lot, and people are like, what are KPIs? Key performance indicators. What is a key performance
yeah,
indicator?
that's
Oh my gosh, right? So think about it like this. Are you driving a or let's say are you driving a four cylinder or V12 performance, right? People love performance, people love classy things. People love things that look good, that smell good, right? Don't forget when you buy a candle. I got one right here. I won't broadcast the name, but the label is pretty nice. It's a nice. It was bought for me, right? It's a nice label, nice looking label, and the bottle is simple. So that's the eye catching design. But that's when we break that down. That's a performance piece because that company is saying, how can we label this to put it out to catch the attention of the people so we can move this unit, right? And so now
yeah, man.
this unit gets counted as a metric in your performance scoreboard, right? And so, Marcus, I feel you. I used to work with dentist office all the time, and one of their things is hygienists, right? How many hygienists can they hire, and what is the labor cost for that hygienist against the actual cost of the service, and how many people can we put in that position to draw those people in, so we could continue to grow the practice from that particular point and measure it against the KPI. So we got we have daily, we have weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual KPIs. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
So I'm throwing a lot, but how do we help the people understand what that even means, right? So,
Well, that's
great
that's when
comment.
someone like me comes around from, because
Someone like who you?
me, I'm the
Yeah, you
yeah,
the
I'm the
guy.
whisperer.
Yeah, you the guy.
My
You the guy.
snarky whispering. And because no, but
It's
I've always since I've been practicing accounting, tried to make things layman's terms. So I say like this with KPIs. There's two things, and we might have mentioned already today, but one of the things that happens, and Marcus mentioned it too, that people start businesses and do not have an idea of what they expect to get out of the business. They're doing it, and they lean so much to the survival fact that they never say, "I need this amount of money to live." And then your first those years of failure, they say, you immediately be like, okay, we needed this. I mean, some businesses, they're just not going to work. I mean, in 3 years, yo, bada bing, yo, it's been nice. You out of here. But you got to, the initial thing, you got to survive. But you always have to keep in mind, you know, you know, they have to understand where they want to be. And it's a two-layer situation. You have to say, okay, I need 50,000 a year. All right. Boom. How do I step back for this enterprise to give me 50,000 a year? How much money does it take with all the expenses that'll be there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a planning thing. I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. Is what Marcus is talking about. Is the K. So what the KPI is, what those are road markers. So once you have that great, the overall plan of I need, it's 50,000 to owner with all the expenses of what you have. I'm gonna keep it simple. I need 100,000 in revenue. So now, how do I get 100,000 in revenue? How many customers do I need for 100,000 in revenue? Now, let's be real. We've had people come in here that those thoughts are not. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I ain't trying to. I hope I'm not cooked. It's not happening because you like, I gotta, you spinning plates.
Yeah.
So it's not happening. But that's what causes a problem. And we're not even getting to. We're not talking about cash flow today. This is just planning. So you have to know. So now, because it's very important when things are coming up short. Like if I know to make this 100,000, I need 100. I need 100 clients for the year, whatever. I need 25 clients a month, whatever the number is, based on your business. That's where what you do comes in. You understand what you're doing. That's where you play with your pricing. Did you understand? But at the end of the day, the strategic plans, I need 100K. Need my expenses to fit into this 50K bucket, so I have 50,000 that I could go in and sun and fun and whatever else, or just pay my bills and be able to live. That is planning. That's business planning, folks. It's not an MBA report that you send in. That's you planning for your business.
Wait, hold
And the
on.
number
You
of people
said
that
you
have
said
told
something
me,
key. You said something
I
key
ain't got
right
time to
there.
do that.
You guys said something key right there. Business plan. Business plan. It's not in your head, not on the napkin, not on start out on the sticky pad and paper and napkin, but a business
Yeah.
plan.
Right.
So these things can be structured in a way, as Marcus said earlier in one of his comments. If you can't, if you don't, if you get it someplace written down, because if you can't manage what you don't measure, right?
Yeah. Well, he said
Boom.
right here. He
He
mentioned
said,
the
yes, sir.
butts, but
Oh,
butts and
butts and
chairs,
chairs,
restaurant
restaurants.
tables.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? This is what we talking about.
That's
Yo, he
right.
taking me
That's
to the
right.
next level. You too. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
look, I
Pick
got
your
look.
brain up
Okay,
on
I
this.
got one. I got another home run question here, real quick.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, I got two more questions.
Two
How,
more. All
two
right.
more. Let's see. Have you identified internal processes that are key to driving the plan forward? Mm, 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 mm. Maybe three questions.
Now we
Maybe,
already know it. Once again, we already know the deferred on that.
yeah, yeah. So hey, I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna go to the next one.
you
You ready? I'm gonna go to the next one, yo. I'm gonna go to the
all right,
next
take the next one.
one. Have you identified internal processes that may cause problems? This leads back to your earlier question on what if you were the problem? How do you resolve that? But
Yeah.
also, what processes that you're doing now is your way of thinking, right? Your way of executing, which is an internal process that may be causing problems.
Yeah. Well, I know that I know how people would
Yeah,
answer
you
that.
don't have to answer that.
It Oh no, I wouldn't. I mean, I can answer the question,
I don't
is
need you
what
to
I'm
answer the
saying.
question.
Yeah, I know you don't need me to answer it, but I'll give the, like when you doing a test and you hit and they'll give you little tips on the side. I'll be the little tip on the side
Okay,
that
got you.
you gotta have self-awareness to do these things. Like there's no way you can do, you can't, and that's why when we talk about this being a full contact sport, to be successful in business, starting, from humble beginnings, you have to be brutally honest with yourself if you really gonna like reach your goals. I mean, from everything we discussing this morning is saying that you have to really put yourself on a piece of paper and say, I'm doing this for this reason. This is what I expect to get out of it. This is what needs to happen for it to for me to reach the goals. This is what's not happening. And you might, in a lot of the cases, you're the cause of it. And you have to be able to admit that and rock with it. It's an accountability thing. Like you have to. So you can't answer any of these questions if you're not honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look, here's a good thing. The brother Marcus, he business today. He said the same KPIs he reviews every year. He sits on the other side of the desk to see what customer sees
So Marcus, answer
and
this
see.
question. What's the time of the year that you do that?
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He'll send the answer shortly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you have to be brutally honest. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot play, and that's why I say in business, man, it's a full contact sport.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a lot of TV shows and all that make it all
Oh
nice and warm and fuzzy.
man. Oh
60
man.
minutes they sitting up there. Every day is something.
Oh
Every day.
man.
He said, he said, right now. This
Exactly.
time of
That's
year.
ding 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 ding, Marcus. You get the golden prize for today. You
That's right.
know, you're
Sweet
a
potato
full
fry.
contact sport participant today, my friend.
That's right.
Definitely. And
In
this is
fact,
something we try to communicate to the clients and to the prospects we speak of. This is the time of the year to do this, um, which is super important. Um, very important. But look, here's the other question to what you were just talking about. Ready?
mm-hmm.
Cultural factors that cause
Okay, so
problems. So cultural factors. So what cultural factors play a part in businesses? So we do have there is some cultural issues out there, right?
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not. You
I
again. You don't have to answer this question, but that is a question. So we get a lot of I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We get a lot of hey, we want to do business with people that look like us, um,
of course.
which is cool. We get to serve everyone. We don't have that problem, right? Um, but then what does that mean, right? What does that mean? And that goes back to the earlier question: are you committed to the process of improving your business or working on your
Well,
business, right? Are you committed to it outside of your what your motive is? And your motive could be genuine, but what is the intent behind your motive?
well, yeah, no, and I think this is time for a shameless plug. I
Okay.
mean, we talking about biz therapy, and give a little insight into what biz therapy is about. You know, um, you know, it's really about there's people that coach. I don't know what they do. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what a lot of business coaches do. All right, so I'm gonna leave that. But what we find and have found through experience and different disciplines that there is a complete um emotional. There's a emotional connection, especially in America, between money and people's persona, who they are. It's such an identity for us. I mean, we use it in class identification. We using it everything. In business, we got small business, medium-sized business. It's around all these financial measures, and it creates an emotional issue, and that has to be overcome to be successful. Because money is not emotional. Now, the people dealing with money is emotional, but the math is not emotional. So, a lot of these questions are deep dives that you may not be able to answer on your own. And I mean without some guidance. Henceforth the coaching, some guidance, because it's not natural to stop and say, you going through your day and say, you know what, I have to really think strategically about how I do this when you're trying to make sure you pay the rent and
Right.
like you not
Right.
just gonna stop on a dime. You know
Right.
what? I really need to challenge myself to be a better leader right now. No, I'm trying to pay the bills. I got time for that. And and KPIs, unless so it's where do you as a entrepreneur have time to carve out to have that. Often you don't have a C-suite, you don't have a
Now,
board,
a what? A
um,
what? A C
you don't
what?
have an advisory board.
A B C D E F G. A what? C
C-suite.
suite? Funny playing.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of CEOs that work for themselves. I'm CEO work for themselves. I'm just saying, CEO. But anyway, listen. Just say, look. Nevertheless, listen. You don't have the people. You know what I'm saying? You don't have someone to and Marcus makes another great point here. Yeah, let's put his up here. He said, lean on a second set of eyes. We call each other to get perspective on clients in there. Now we do that. This is in the small band of colleagues I have, you know, um, we check people out and think about it. But that goes to a bigger point of going to somebody to share. Like, this is not a solo act. Running a business is not a solo act. As much as people get accolades and whatever, and let's get off the. We're in the world now. We're in the soccer world. Everybody gets a trophy now. You know what I'm saying? They everybody gets a trophy, so people like accolades. Social media allows accolades to happen very easily. We're more visual. Look, we're on camera now. Broadcasting is limitless. Who can see this message right here? So we live in a world of attaboys or attagirls or whatever you want to say. And to be correct, that's where we live in. People live off of that. But the stuff we talking about is like I always say, is not sexy. Like no one, you sitting down a strategic plan and going through your KPIs or calling your colleague to see like, hey, how do you handle this type of client or do that? That's nothing that someone's going to write an article about you.
Right.
That's not
Right.
interesting. It's
But
not
that's how the
fun.
winning get. But that's how the winning
It's
gets
fun.
done. But that's how the winning gets done. Right.
Oh,
That's
no
how
doubt.
that's what the accolades and the
It's
awards is
not that
built
all the
off of.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's doing the little things. It's doing the little things. And if you're able to get excited about the little things, you'll be, because then you'll start finding other things to motivate you. I mean, it's things that I get excited about that happen in the practice that most people would look at me like, you really need to get out more. But they excite me. Is whether it's just someone else executing something that we trained them on. Like, yeah, we taking a further step. Or even identifying a problem and seeing what the corrective action is. Like, okay, like that. Like, I'm so enmeshed in, like, it's like that. I don't, the results are the results. I mean, but how do we get better? Every day you want to get better. And I know my drive for that is like ridiculous. And it's not me getting better, it's the entire organization getting better. So there is no getting better. I can't get better if everybody don't get better. Like, how the heck I'm gonna get better? Niggas say, oh, it's just me. Hey, look at me. Like, well, guess what? You're gonna be doing all the work. You be by yourself, and you won't get better physics. I could go on and on, but
Yeah,
look,
yeah, yeah. I got
my
one
point
final
is,
question. I got one final question when you're done, though. Go
you
ahead.
got another question. You killing them. You know
one
it's
one
Saturday,
final.
right? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So what? Who cares? I mean, big deal. You know. Finish
We're
what you're
in the
saying, then
day,
I'm gonna
right?
ask my question. Finish with,
No,
you
I'm
know.
finished. Nah, I want to hear this question. I want to hear the
Hmm.
question.
I think this is your favorite question. How do you plan to engage your stakeholders?
Oh, plan to look.
And what is stake? What do we
You
mean
know
when
I
we
got to
talk
go with
about
some of
stakeholder?
this.
I know
Well,
exactly. This is your question right here.
yeah, this is what I say. Well, your stakeholders are, believe it or not, you may not have a formal board, but you have stakeholders starting with your family. Um, or if you don't have a family yourself. The business is there to take care of you. It's to provide for you. You can have these great aspirations, and even a nonprofit. People start these nonprofits and that. I'm trying to. Sometimes we don't speak with them early to say like, look, what's our motivation? What are we doing? What do we expect to happen? But when you start something with economics, you're the number one stakeholder. So you got to be doing that. But your family are stakeholders. Your friends, your colleagues, people are stakeholders. They're around there. There is an accountability. The people that come to work for you are stakeholders because they didn't have to come for you. They work for somebody else. So now you have an accountability to them that, and it's not about may I do this, may that, but it's like you have to. They're in the calculus of things that you do. But let's most especially the family part, because often all businesses has been said, most all businesses are family businesses, and they are. They are. Does that mean everybody in the family works in the business? No, but they're still there. They are stakeholders, and they also you have to orientate them. You have to orientate them on what you're doing. You have to, and I find that it's best to provide information about the business to your stakeholders, specifically the family. Uh, I
Yeah, but
think
what
it's
if they
just
don't
important
care? Well, what if they don't
because you're
care?
going to be,
What if they don't care? What
huh?
if they don't support you? What if they don't help you? What if they don't
No,
know how to support you? What if they don't know how to help you? What if they don't know how to care? I mean, these are real live things, right?
yeah. Well, that's where you test you build more leadership skills because they care. They just don't realize they care, and they don't know how to care, and they don't know how to care for you as a business owner, especially if you've had a job for all this time. They don't know what you need. You don't understand. Start being a business owner or starting this is not. We're around people that do it, but everybody doesn't do it.
Right.
Everybody, I've met plenty of people be like, "Oh my God, I could never do that. I couldn't do it." I
Hmm.
mean, so it's not, it's a choice that you make. You do it, but you have to have so much self-awareness to continue. And success to me is just to be able to continue year to year and live. So you have to be able to share with your stakeholders, like, hey, you don't have to get into details. You don't have to start popping KPIs out to them, but you have to be able to lay the vision of what's going on to your spouse, partner, children, whatever. This is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. Blah blah blah. And you still got to balance their needs as well. I mean, it's never healthy to just go all out and everybody bow down to me. You have to balance it, but it has to be understanding, and it takes a certain amount. It takes leadership to do that. You have to be able to get it, to get a position where you need to be. But how much it takes so much self-awareness for for you to be able to do that. Because I mean, sometimes, a lot of times, with your partner, some people are afraid for you. So they're afraid for you. They want you to do well, but they're afraid for you. So their responses to you are out of fear. You sure about that? I don't know about that. Blah blah blah. So if you're not a leader, and you just absorb that, you have to be able to be like, I understand that this person is, because you always have to make sure your confidence is straight. Because look, your confidence is gonna be tested every day. I mean that's just how it is. It's something every day you're meeting a new person, you're talking to a new person, you're trying to get paid from a new person. I mean, you have to have some sort of solid base for something new every day. So but you have to really build in leadership to say, man, how do I understand the fear and don't take that personal, and say, look, and explain your business to someone who's not in it. Say, look, this is where we are, this is where we headed, this is what's going on. And obviously everybody's family situation is different, but there's seeds of that. Some families are entrepreneurial families. Everybody from the top to the bottom knows what it takes or is involved in the business. And it's been like that. Some are not. Some are just getting into it. Some are interested in doing it. Some are like that. So now you come in a situation where, hey, every question you just asked or throughout this live stream um can be applied to that family dynamic. Especially if you coming from a wage earner to starting a business. In fact, you should ask every one of those questions with all stakeholders front and center.
Correct.
Easy thing to do? No, not at all. Not one bit. That's because it's hard to do it to yourself. Necessary? Definitely. BizTherapy can help. Group session. BizTherapy group sessions. But
Let's
I
go.
mean, all jokes aside, like for real. Like
Yeah, let's go. Let's get
because one of things I've seen over time, one of the hardest transitions is between spouses.
Yeah.
So if both have been working and then one, no longer works, decides to go into business, and it becomes the environment becomes very, and it's not
Uneasy.
even that
It's it's
tense,
it's,
but
it's
I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. You decided to change. So
right.
whatever you doing over there, and it becomes
Right.
separate
Right.
in the same household, but it becomes separate.
Right.
Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's not necessarily always the best.
Right.
So you have that, and then there's never, who do you talk to about that?
Right. Because there's
You know what
training.
I mean?
Because
So
there's a certain level of. It's like when you they should say when you signed up for your LLC, did you consult your spouse or significant other? Right. And do you need a counseling session prior to starting this business with your spouse or significant other? Like that's a real deal.
yeah, you're right. I mean, or something to the extent, or
Something like
spreading the
that, right?
word
Something,
now.
yeah, something like that. Not
Yeah,
just for your internal, because without that, even if they don't know how to fully support you, but without the room, without getting nagged and bombarded and being forced, you gotta go get another job. You're not gonna do this. If they don't
yeah,
allow you the room to experience what you're gonna go through as a business owner, it's gonna be pretty intense.
yeah.
So have a good support
Right.
system.
Yeah,
Not
you
not
had a support.
not
That's
not
good.
not not, not a yes man, but the ones that's going to ask you the honest questions.
Yeah, and face it up. So, like, I mean, look, this has been spectacular. I mean, you just kind of made all this up too. So you were going. It's pretty scary.
No,
You
I
just
got.
took a
I
full.
actually no. I wrote down my. you know me, I keep everything on the sheet. But I've been putting all of these things in because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I got it. And I still didn't ask all my questions either, but that's gonna be for some other episode, right? And then,
Yeah, we come on another
but
episode.
but I
It's
got
all
but
good.
I got yeah, I came fully loaded, especially that I got my hearing back a little bit, just a little
Yeah, so
bit on that one
yeah, you
side.
you rolling right now. You making it happen.
Yeah,
So
man,
I mean, but this was a good episode. I like this episode.
no doubt,
I mean, I want to give shouts out to my man Marcus Friday. He been all in the combo. I love
no
it.
doubt, no
So
doubt.
I think he on the LinkedIn chat. If you on LinkedIn, check out my man, financial planner. It's time you need to go holler at him, man. Hey, people, and I will add, as we said in the episodes before, you you need to talk to the planner now. I mean, don't say, well, when I get some money, because you're not going to get the money if you don't talk to the planner, or you're
Right,
not going to accumulate money. That's a better way to say it.
right,
Um, that's what planners are there for. Reach out to them, prior management, or reach out to us. We'll put you in touch with them. It's all good. You know, shout outs to to Ronita out there, and of course Naba Martin, if she's still with us. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Naba Martin. Thank you for tuning in for the time you were, and then all our good people. But shout out to us. We should plan to do something a little special in 2 weeks. It gotta be the final show of the year. Who knows? We might have an extravaganza, a long show, different people pop in. That would be cool. Give
yeah,
shout outs or something. See if
yeah.
we can work on that.
Put some music in
Things
the
that,
background, get it
yeah, a
cracking.
little something going. Yo, you know what? Yo, I might DJ it, man. DJ the
Word,
episode.
I
2
bet.
weeks, yeah. Live stream,
I
be
bet
DJ. It'll be crazy.
we might have to be in the same room for that one though.
Yo, but the illest part is we don't have to be. That's what's so crazy
I
about it.
know,
But we
true
could
though,
do.
but you know,
Yeah, but we no, we don't want no hitches. Yeah.
we
So
bananas with that, right? So we be in the same room.
yeah,
Oh
but you
man, I
ain't
might.
never.
Oh man,
Yo,
unbelievable.
we might do it from the office. It'd be all bananas, man. We gotta talk about that. It'll be crazy. People dropping through, you know, popping in. It'll be sick. I mean, I can't
True,
say that there's any other CPA firm that's doing a live stream. We're talking about DJing through,
true. Well,
but I
it's the
am who I
holiday
am.
closeout.
No doubt.
It's the old year, new year. We might have to have
Yeah, yo,
maybe one year
we're
we
gonna
might
have
have
to.
to have a New Year's Eve live. You know what I mean?
Oh boy, yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, do it during the day. Sometimes I'm sleep at 12 o'clock. Don't tell nobody though. I'm sitting up there like 12:01. I have New Year. Got knocked out.
True.
But yeah, man, it's been real. So look, check out BizTherapy. It's a real thing. I gotta go get in the rain and go move some furniture. So it's real. So y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments. Onto YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know it's good content. This 2023 content's coming out. And big shout out to everybody that's on the Facebook. That's how the grown folks say, the Facebook. If you want there.
The
And I
book.
think we might be on Twitter. I don't know. As long as Twitter exists, I don't know what they got going on over there.
Oh boy.
Who knows? So cool. We're out, man. Any last words from you?
Just be easy, folks. You know, be easy.
Yeah,
That's
be
all.
easy.
Be easy.
Yeah, take it easy. This the ease part. Do your planning. If you need some help, reach out. But we shall chuck up the proverbial deuces and see you in deuce weeks.
True.
Peace. Oh yeah, and Marcus, good luck in y'all game tonight, man. This is the best chance ever for y'all to win.
Oh, he about to blow yourself on up next.
Peace.